Today, we are going to talk about something that many English learners ask me. How can I stop translating in my head? How can I start thinking in English? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Upgrade Hub. I'm your host, Emily. Maybe you understand English well, you know grammar, you know a lot of vocabulary, but when you try to speak, everything feels slow and you translate every sentence from your language into English. Does that sound like you? In this video, I want to explain what thinking in English really means, what academic research actually says about it, and most importantly, how you can train your brain to think in English step by step. I will also share my own experience of learning a second language to fluency. I will tell you what actually helped me. What does thinking in English really mean? What it really means is this: your brain can access English words and phrases quickly and automatically without needing to search for them every time. It's about access. When you translate in your head, your brain does two jobs. First, you think of the idea in your own language, then you look for the English words. That extra step takes time, and that is why speaking feels slow and difficult. Thinking in English means reducing that effort. And this is exactly where research helps us understand what is happening, what the research actually shows. A recent study from 2024 looked specifically at what makes people fluent when they speak a second language. The researchers focused on something called cognitive fluency. Let me explain. In simple terms, they studied how quickly the brain can recognize and retrieve, or bring back, words in a second language. Here's what they found. Some learners rely mainly on controlled processing. That means their brain slows down to search for words and check choices. The other learners show more automatic processing. Their brain recognizes words faster and retrieves them with less effort. And the important result was this: learners with more automatic word access spoke faster with fewer pauses. The study showed that their brains were simply better trained to access English quickly. So, when we talk about thinking in English, we are really talking about how good your brain is at finding English words without stopping to calculate. Why translation slows you down. Translation is not bad. It is normal, and at the beginning, it is very useful. But if translation becomes your main speaking strategy, it creates problems. Fluency improves when the brain doesn't need to stop and check every step. When I learned my second language, French, I translated everything at first. I could speak, but it felt really heavy. What changed everything for me was repetition and exposure. I started hearing the same phrases again and again. I stopped building sentences word by word. I started using ready-made patterns, and slowly my brain adapted. How to train your brain to think in English. Now, let's talk about practical advice you can actually use. 1. Work on collocations. Your brain does not like isolated words. It likes predictable patterns. For example, we say heavy rain, but not big rain. When you learn phrases like make a decision or take responsibility, your brain starts to anticipate the next word. 2. Use shadowing. Shadowing means listening and repeating immediately out loud. No translation, no analysis, just reaction. This trains your brain to move to more automatic processing. Make sure you are speaking as much as you can, every day if possible. Speaking, even with mistakes, forces your brain to find words faster. 3. Use English stories for input. This is exactly why I post story videos on this channel. Understanding 60 or 70% is good. It pushes your brain to predict meaning and use context. Thinking in English is not a switch, it's a gradual change. The goal is not perfection, the goal is less effort and more flow. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the English Upgrade Hub if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. You are doing an amazing job. Bye for now.